Annyeonghaseyo everybody, thanks for coming back to my channel. This week we're breaking down OMG by NewJeans. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into the intro. It starts off with "I know that none is about you, baby." And that means this song is about you, baby. I means this. And nore is a song. None is just a topic marking particle. So it literally translates to this song is about you, baby. Okay, now we're in verse 1. And it goes, 내가 힘들 때, 울 것 같을 때, And that means when I'm down or feel like crying. 내가 is me. 힘들 comes from the verb 힘들다, which means to be hard, difficult, or tough. 태 kind of means when. So you put it after something to say, when this happens. So when I'm having a difficult time is what 내가 힘들 때 means. 울 comes from the verb 울다, which means to cry. 것 같을 comes from the phrase 것 같아요 or 것 같아, which means it seems like or I think it's like this. And 태 again means when. So 내가 힘들 때 means like when I'm having a difficult time. 울 것 같을 때, or when it seems like I'm going to cry or I feel like crying. Next line is 기운도 이제 나지 않을 때. And that means when I can't even pretend to be okay. Kind of, not really. You'll see. 기운 is energy. 도 means as well or to. 이젠 means now or from now on. This 나 comes from the verb 기운 나다, which means to be encouraged. 지 않을 or 지 않다, 지 않아 means not. 태 means when. So this line is a little tricky because the translations from the company says that this line means when I can't even pretend to be okay. And then we've got all these words that have nothing to do with this. Well, it's a similar feeling, but it's not the same thing. And when I put this phrase into Papago, it says when I don't have energy anymore. So that's what I'm going to go with. But just keep in mind that 기운 by itself means energy. But when 기운 is attached to the verb nada, it means to be encouraged. So you can kind of think of this line as when I'm not feeling encouraged. Next line is It's you, 나 걱정하네. It's you, 나 웃게 하네. And that means it's you, you worry about me. It's you, you make me laugh. 날 or 나 means me or I. 걱정 is a worry or concern. 하 comes from 하다, which means to do. So 걱정하다 means to worry. And the ending 네 implies that somebody is surprised by what they have just said. So 날 걱정하네 means, whoa, you worry about me. 날 again means me or I. 웃게 하네. 웃 comes from the verb 웃다, which means to laugh. So 날 걱정하네 means you're worrying about me. And 날 웃게 하네 means you're making me laugh. Next line is 말 안 해도 돼, boy, what do you say? And that means no need to say, boy, what do you say? 말 is like words or language or speech. 안 means not, so you can put this before a verb to make it negative. 해 comes from 하다, which means to do. The ending 도 돼 means that you're giving somebody permission to do something. So 말 안 해도 돼, boy, what do you say? Means you can not speak, or you don't have to say anything. Not speaking, you can do it. All right, now we're in the pre-chorus, and I just want to say we are switching which translation we're using. This is the first time I'm going to say this, but I'm actually going to use Google Translations. Crazy, right? The translation that the company provided is a little bit more romantic and poetic, and it doesn't actually help you if you're trying to learn Korean. So we're going to switch to the Google one. First line is 기분 ask me who is he 멀리든 언제든지 달려와. And it means come running anytime, no matter how far away. 멀리 comes from the verb 멀리 있다, which means to be far. 든 and 든지 both are things that you put on the end of something to give it the feeling of ever or no matter. You'll see what I mean in the next couple sentences. So in this word, 멀리든, the 든 at the end means no matter. 언제 means when. In this case, the 든지 could mean no matter or ever. Both kind of work, but we're just going to say ever. 달려와, I believe it means to come running because 달려 comes from 달리다, which means to run, and 와 comes from 오다, which means to come. So, 멀리든 언제든지 달려와 means you come running whenever, no matter how far. Next line is, Keep on asking me who is he, 바쁜 척도 없이 난 나타나. And it means you show up without pretending to be busy. 바쁜 comes from the verb 바쁘다, which means to be busy. 척 means pretending. 또 means to, as well, either, things like that. 없이 comes from the verb 없다, which means to not have or to not exist. 너 and 넌 mean you. 나타나 comes from the verb 나타나다, which means to appear somewhere or show up. So, 바쁜 적도 없이 난 나타나 means without pretending to be busy, you appear. You show up without pretending to be busy. Next line is, Keep on asking me who is he, 이게 말이 되니 난 물어봐. And that means, does this make sense? I ask. 이게 means this, 이 means this, and 게 is a thing. So you can kind of think of it to mean this thing or just this. 말이 돼 or 이게 말이 돼 is a phrase that means, does this make sense? And then the ni at the end just marks something as a question. It's very informal though, so you want to use that with your elders. Na or nan means me or I. Muro comes from the verb muta, which means to ask. And bois at the end of a verb usually means that they're trying to say, I tried to do this verb. Or it could just be making the verb softer. In this context, I think it means try. I think she means, does this make sense? I try asking. So, 이게 말이 되니 난 물어봐 literally translates to, does this make sense? I ask. Last line of the pre-chorus is, Keep on asking me who is he? 너는 말이야, he's the one that's living in my system, baby. None of the translations that I looked up actually provided a translation for this phrase, but I consulted Reddit and I figured out what it means. 너는 means you because 너 means you, and 는 is just a topic marking particle. And apparently, Maria is like a shortened version of Maria, which kind of gives the meaning of speaking of blank. So, 너는 말이야, he's the one that's living in my system, baby, means speaking of you, you're the one that's living in my system, baby. Okay, now we're in the chorus, and it goes, oh my god, yes and yes and no, I was really hoping that it will come through. And that means, I expected it. I was really hoping that he will come through. 예상했어 is the past tense form of the verb 예상하다, which means to expect something or anticipate something. And 나 just means me or I. So, 예상했어 나 means I expected it. Second line is, oh my god, 넌 나뿐이야, asking all the time about what I should do. And that means, oh my god, it's only you asking all the time about what I should do. 단 means just, merely, or simply. 너 means you. Just realized that I had this spelled wrong. It's supposed to be spelled with a U, not a EU. Anyway, 분 has a similar function to man, which means only. Iya at the end is an informal way to say this is blank or it is blank. So, 단 너뿐이야 kind of means it is only you or just you. Alright, now we're in the post-chorus and it goes, No, I can never let him go. 나만 생각나 24 난 행운 아야 정말로 I know. And that means, no, I can never let him go. I only think of you 24. I'm really lucky. I know. 너 means you. 만 means only. 생각 is a thought. And 나 comes from the verb 나다, which means to appear or arise. 난 means me or I. A 행운아 is a lucky person. The ya at the end of this means it is or I am blank. 정말로 means really. So, no, I can never let him go. 나만 생각나 24 means only thoughts of you arise. 24 as in 24 hours. 난 행운 아야 정말로 I know. I am a really lucky person. Or I really am a lucky person. I know. Can I just say, I'm so excited to know all the words to this song so I can finally sing it. Anyway, next line. 널 알기 전까지는 나 의미 없어서 전부 다 And it means before I knew you, everything had no meaning to me. 널 is you. Al comes from the verb alda, which means to know. And when you add gi to the end of something, you're kind of turning that verb into a noun. So, 널 알기 means the act of knowing you. 전 is something that means before something. Okay, I'm going to do a side lesson in the middle of this line so that we can understand what this word means here. So you may have heard the phrase 머리부터 발끝까지. That means from my head to my toe. From 3 to 6, that's not a 6. If you want to say from 3 to 6, you'd say 3부터 6까지. So 까지 kind of means to. 는 is just a topic marking particle. 나 means me or I. 의미 is like a meaning. 없어서 comes from the verb 없다, which means to not have or to not exist or to not be somewhere. And 없어서 is the past tense version of that. 전부 means all and 다 means all. So, 널 알기 전까지 kind of means before knowing you. 나 의미 없어서 전부 다 means I didn't have any meaning at all. Or everything was meaningless before I met you or before I knew you. Last line of the post-chorus goes, 내 맘이 끝이 없는 걸 I know, I'm going crazy, right? And that means my heart has no end, I know, I'm going crazy, right? 내 is my. 맘 is a heart. 끝 is an end. 없는 comes from the verb 없다, which means to not have or to not exist. 걸 is a thing. So, 내 맘이 끝이 없는 거 I know, kind of means my heart is a thing that does not have an end, or my heart is endless. Okay, now we're in verse 2, and it goes, 어디서든 몇 번이든 there ain't nothing else I would hold on to. And that means anywhere, anytime, there ain't nothing else that I would hold on to. 어디 means where. 든 again means no matter or ever. 몇 번 means how many times. 몇 means how many. 번 is like times or occurrences. But the phrase 몇 번이든 means any time. There ain't nothing else that I would hold on to. Next lines are, I hear his voice through all the noise. 잠시라도 내 손 놓지 마, no. And that means don't let go of my hand for even a moment, no. 잠시 means for a brief moment. The ending 라도 has a couple of meanings. You can use 라도 to express that, oh, this is an option, but it's like my least favorite option. It's really not what I would prefer. It also means even if or although blank. 내 is my, 손 is hand. 놓 comes from the verb 놓다, which means to lay, put, or place something, but it also means to release or let go of. And then jima means don't. I actually made a little lesson about this exact topic on my Instagram. You should check it out. But jima means don't. So, for even a moment, don't let go of my hand, no. Next line is, 걱정 없잖아, cause I got someone. 혼자라도 괜찮아, cause I love someone. And that means, I got no worries, cause I got someone. It's okay to be alone, cause I love someone. A 걱정 is a worry or a concern. 없 comes from 없다, which means to not have. And 잖아 kind of means you know, or by the way. 혼자 means alone. 라도 kind of means even. 괜찮아 comes from the verb 괜찮다, which means to be okay. So, 걱정 없잖아 means you know I don't have any worries because I got someone. 혼자라도 괜찮아 means even being alone is okay because I love someone. And then we get the pre-chorus all over again. Keep on asking me who is he? Blah 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 blah. None 말해. He's the one that's living in my system, baby. And then we get the chorus again. Oh my God, yes, I'm not. I was really hoping that he will come through. And then we got the post-chorus again. Now I can never let him go, mama, 생각나 24. And then he's the one that's living in my system, baby. And then we get the interlude that's like, baby, baby, I'm going crazy, right? And then right before the bridge, they go, no. And that means you and me. No means you. Wa means with or and na means me or I. No, what, na means you and me. And then we go into the bridge. If you can't read this writing with this marker, let me know in the comments. My markers keep dying. That's why I had to switch the color. If you can't read it, let me know and I'll never use it again. Anyway, the bridge starts off with, my heart is glowing, it's glowing up. 너랑만 있으면 무서울 게 없어. And it means with you, nothing can scare me. No is you. 랑 is with or and. Man means only. Is from the word 있으면 comes from the verb 있다, which means to be, to have, or to be somewhere, to exist. The ending 으면 means if. 무서울 comes from the verb 무섭다, which means to be scary or frightening. 게 is a thing. 없어 comes from the verb 없다, which means to not exist or to not have or to not be somewhere. So, 너랑만 있으면 means if I am with only you. 무서울 게 없어 means scary things don't exist or nothing can scare me or I have nothing to fear. I have no fears. Next line is 가득 메워진 다 메워진 불꽃이 my heart is glowing, it be glowing cause he. And that line means filled up, completely filled up, reddened. My heart be glowing, it be glowing cause he. 가득 comes from the verb 가득하다, which means to be full of or jam-packed with something. 메워진 comes from the verb 메워지다, which means to fill up something. 다 means all. 메워진 again means filled up. 붉어진 comes from the verb 붉어지다, which means to become red. It's actually a combination of two verbs. 붉다, which means to be red or crimson, and 지다, which means to become. So 붉어지다 means to become red. So this line just kind of means filled up, completely filled up, reddened. I'm assuming they're talking about their cheeks. I don't know. Maybe her heart is reddened. I don't know. Next line. Okay, after my heart is glowing, it be glowing, cause he. We get the chorus again. Oh my God, your song is so nice. I was really hoping that it will come through. And then we get the post-chorus again. No, I can never let him go. He's right there for me, 24, non hanging. I am Jamalo, I know. And then they say, 나 알기 전까지는 나 의미 없어서 전부 다 어떡해. And 어떡해 means what should I do? It's literally a one-word phrase that means what should I do or what do I do. She's using it to be like, oh my God, I'm so in love. What do I do? But people use this when like there's a bad situation. They're like, oh my gosh, what do I do? They'll be like, 어떡해. So it means what do I do or what should I do? And then after that, it's my heart is glowing, it's glowing, my heart is glowing up so I can sleep at night. And that's the end of Oh My Gosh by NewJeans. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed doing it. If you want to see more content like this, of course, you can like and subscribe. As always, you can leave your suggestions or corrections down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your feedback. I'll see you next Sunday, and in the meantime, I hope you have a great week. Bye!